Hi guys, welcome to another day at home situation where I just got things to do. It's actually early afternoon right now because I had some online training work in the morning. I've done that, I've cleaned, and now I'm ready to go through what I got at Costco. I did pop in during my break to Costco. It's very necessary. I need to make sushi. I'm making onigiri. I think that's how you pronounce it, for my daughter for lunch. For the next 2 days, maybe 3. And I also have run out of my surface spray, and it's just a really easy at-home recipe. It's 3 ingredients and I find it really easy, so I thought we could do that together. And I made my own little sticker, so cute. And then also 2 days ago, yesterday I made my first ever sourdough loaf. I did it. If you watched my last video or last 2 videos before, I've been trying to make bread from yeast and I just couldn't do it. And I think from your guys' comments, what it was is my yeast probably wasn't that fresh. And that makes sense. So I was like, I don't even want yeast bread. I just thought it would be easier, but I found it harder. I made my own sourdough. This is not my sourdough. This is my leaven. And my actual sourdough I've got in the fridge. So I did sourdough starter for a week. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, I made the leaven. And then yesterday I made the sourdough because it's like a 24-hour process. And this time is going to be my second time, but my first time from the fridge starter. So everything is very trial and error for me right now. I'm not in like the swing of things yet. We're going to try that today. So this morning I did the leaven and everything is from this book. So I haven't got an online recipe. This is from a book, a sourdough book. It's a little bit dirty because I've been using it. I had this book ages ago, but this is the first time I've really committed to it. From Illy Broad. Okay, what I'll do is I'll link their Instagram down below because it says the Sourdough Revolution on Instagram here. Oh, they're from Norway. So this is Norwegian bread, but it's just really good, high quality. So I made my starter with flour milled whole grain rye or something like that, like the really top quality. And then I've been feeding it with like regular. But that's the book that I've gotten it from. So I will link their Instagram if you are interested in the book. You can kind of find it that way. But I found it pretty straightforward. But it's taken me a long time to understand the concept of sourdough, like the whole mathematical side of it all. I've gotten there. I feel like I understand it now. And here's my leaven. So we're going to be making the dough today. And it's looking a little bubbly, but we'll do the float test. I want to put my rice on for I buy the sushi rice. It's not cheap, but it makes the best sushi. I think it's $5 for a kilo, which is expensive. But if you, is it just a short grain rice? Oh, it's a fine selection of quality short grain white rice. Anyway, I don't do too much, because I'll show you later the process that I make. It's super easy and my daughter loves it. I'm gonna fill that up with equal parts water to rice, or is it 2 parts water to, I don't know, I just eyeball it. And we'll let that boil. Right where the camera is, I've got a huge 25-kilo bag of baker's flour. And this is my first time buying a big bag of baker's flour. Last time I went to Costco, they didn't have it. They just had the plain flour and I bought that. I have pretty much finished that now. I've got a little bit left for like pancakes and I finally have baker's flour. So I'm actually hoping this sourdough loaf is better because I made that one yesterday with plain flour and a really good sourdough starter, but the actual flour was just plain. Don't tell anyone. So I have that right there. I'll show you what it looks like. It's 100% Australian made and owned baker's flour. Then I got my eggs. So you get your 30 eggs at Costco, and mine have been really well stocked lately. Better than Aldi and Coles and all of that. Costco's been really good. Now this is 30 for $13. I usually get the cheaper one for $11, but I thought, no, let's go a little bit better quality today. So these are the free range. I'm going to pop these in the fridge now. Get my fridgies out. This milk This was like $8 something. It's the Baramba Organics organic full cream milk. You know how I don't think I've ever seen it at Costco before. Maybe I just haven't seen it. But this is expensive, but this is 3 liters for organic full cream milk, and this brand is so good. Their yogurt is so good, but it's expensive. Well, I got it for $8. I think their 2 liters go for like $7. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. And I love it. It's got the beautiful cream at the top. It's such a good milk. So this was like a little luxury purchase because I don't really buy anything for myself other than essentials. So this to me is a little luxury purchase. We ran out of mayonnaise. Last time I was at Costco, they had no mayonnaise. So I saw it today. I was like, give it to me, give it to me. I got no mayonnaise. And this is my favorite one. So the fact that they sell this at Costco is a win-win because it's my favorite. And this is $15. I think they're $6 for like the tiny little one at Coles and Woolies. And then I got chicken thigh. I prefer chicken thigh. I know people are a bit funny about it, but I just think the flavor is so much better. And I got 2.059 kilos for $24.28. So what I'm going to do is actually section these up. And I might do that now. I'll just leave this container in the fridge so I don't need to have so many of these. And I usually do three fillets. I do like to stretch it as much as I can. 1, 2, 3. I do like to have it a bit flat just so it's easier to defrost. That's like half of one. 3. It's actually more underneath that's like separated. So I think we'll be fine. And then this I'll probably just put in the fridge and we'll have these random bits for dinner. Beautiful, love it. Then I got these monster noodle snacks for my daughter. Oh, jeez. I got these monster noodle snacks for my daughter. In my last video, I bought the Hello Kitty version of these, and she loved it. Apparently, all the kids at school have it. So I got 40, there's 40 in here. 20 barbecue and 20 chicken. And my daughter just loves them. So I think that was like $13. $13.99 that was for 40 packets. That is crazy to me. So I have a little snack drawer. And I'll just put what I can fit in here. Maybe I'll do like half chicken, half barbecue. Okay, so how do we know what seasoning is what? It just says seasoning. Or is it all the same seasoning? And then the noodle is flavored. Oh, green, purple. There we go. There we go. So that'll last me a long time. And then my other snack drawer is sweet, which is these crispy coconut rolls. I've never tried them, but these weren't too bad either. These were $11.99 and you get 22, which I thought was pretty good as well. I want something that I don't have to constantly go to the shops to buy. That's kind of like my goal. And because we just go through snacks with 2 kids. So we'll do the mango ones here. Oh, they're gonna fit. And then the blueberry. I want to try these for myself. In here. Okay, then I got my keto that I always buy. I am running low and I know that I'll run out by the time I go to Costco next. So this is one of the most expensive. This is $21.99, but it is so worth it. I've tried other ones, but this one is my favorite. It is 5.9 grams of carbs per serve, which is pretty decent. I don't really eat many other carbs, so this is higher in carb for me. And I just love it. It tastes good. So That's just become like a staple for me. I got a bag of walnuts because for dinner, whatever it is that I make, for me, I have a lot more veggies because I am low carb, low sugar. So I'm going to have beans with marinated feta cheese and walnuts. It's like one of my favorite things. This is 1.36 kilos for $20. This will last me a very long time. So I want to put that in a big container. And then I got vegetable oil for my husband when he makes some of his Nigerian meals. This was pretty affordable. This was $10.99 for 4 litres, and usually to get this price at Coles, you got to wait till it's 50% off. So this is good to know that I don't have to wait for it to go on sale. It's just that price at Costco. And then the last 2 things I got are things I've not bought before but I've been wanting to get. I got the taco seasoning was $8.99. This will last me like a whole year, I think. I've been buying the ones from Coles, and they're still like, not the sachets, still in the thing, and that lasted me a long time. So I hope this tastes good because this will last me so long. And I put it in anything that's Mexican flavored. So even if I make my own enchilada sauce, I'll use this just for flavoring. And then I got the everything bagel, more than just a bagel seasoning. I'm so excited to try this. Now that I'm getting into my sourdough era, I'd like to make some bagels. I'd like to just sprinkle this on the top of a loaf. I want to experiment, and people rave about this. This was $13.99. So this, I walk past every time I go to Costco. I'm like, not this week, Sam. You don't need it this week. Well, now I need it. I got these 2, and I'm very happy with that. And that's everything from Costco. Okay, let's get on to my surface spray. I should have put my recipe on here. I had a little look on my phone. And essentially it's just vinegar, dish soap, a little bit of alcohol, and water. I don't scent it. I don't have any essential oil. I do have tea tree, but I don't really care, to be honest with you. Maybe down the track, if I ever get a essential oil, I'll add it in, but I don't, so I'm not going to do that right now. I wouldn't follow this if I were you, but it seems to work for me. I know it's not too much of this because otherwise it'll be too slippery, so let's do that. Pretty simple. I know I have a little bit of this rubbing alcohol left, the isocol. It's just a little bit left, so I'm just going to use it. I didn't use this last time, but I just saw a recipe and it said alcohol. So let's do it. I think it'll be good to kill bacteria. Some white vinegar. Whew, she's fresh. Oh my God. I want to do maybe like a cup, and then I'll fill the rest with water. She's vinegar heavy, but that's the way I like it. I might do a little bit more Dawn. And then I'll do the rest water. And that's it. That's what I use to clean my benches. If you've got a problem with it, it's not your bench, so don't worry about it. If you've got a better one with an actual recipe for this size, let me know. And I'll put these away. I need a container for this. I don't know if I have a big enough container for that. Actually, I do. Because this is flour and I can put the flour in here. Yep. And then our rice is almost ready. And I want to do the, what do you call it? Bread. But the flour is there. So I need to get it into the big tub. Is this going to fit? All right, I might have to fast forward through this because it's going to be very boring. There is something I wanted to mention, and if you're in Australia, I would like to, I've started a Facebook group. I have no members yet. I've only literally just last night started it, and it's called Grow Girls, and it's basically a social and sustainable meeting spot online for women to share knowledge, and connect with, you know, people, common values. And the intention is, once I've built up a bit of a community, is to have real life meetups and in local areas, and to have crop swaps, seed swaps, have a tea party and socialize. So that is my end goal, but it's going to start with a Facebook group just to be able to reach an audience. So if you are interested, I'll leave that Facebook link down below. There's no commitment. It's just a free Facebook group. But don't expect too much just yet, because I literally just started it. And it's actually for my university course, as a part of sustainable entrepreneurship in a sustainable sense. And for me, it's about community. So that's something that I've always desired and wanted, and have never been able to find like-minded people, which is a huge part of why I do it online. So I can just access like-minded people and talk about self-sufficiency goals, sustainable goals, all of that kind of stuff. And I want it to be a safe space for women, not just online, but also in person. So check that out if you're interested. Put those in here. Oh, that is perfect. That is perfect. That just satisfies the Virgo in me. All right. Walnuts sorted is this drum. This was what I had all my plain flour in. Now I want to put this baker's flour in here. And I think this is 20 litres. That's 25 kilograms. It's not going to fit in. But that's okay. We'll fit as much as we can. This is going to get messy. It's going to get messy. I need to figure out the best practice here. This is very, very heavy. Oh my God. I was so scared of it exploding, like me dropping it and exploding. Oh my God. I was like, because that's a lot of flour. Oh my God. Wow. I need a cup. What I can do is my measurement first for my bread. I'm doing 2 loaves. So I want 1,000 grams. That's 400. 800. So that's that. Let's put that to the side. Yes. This will be used second, this will be used first. Because that's like half the bag. And I don't want to buy another drum if I'm honest. I don't have the space. Alright. Let's do that. I just don't like the weevils, you know. I'll just have to make lots of bread, I guess. Quickly vacuum that. Okay, so let's do this, hey? And I need about 800 grams of water. Right, so I just filmed all of this when I was still in the other angle, not focused. But what I've done is, because I'm doing double the recipe, I've got 800 grams of the flour, then I've got 800 grams of the water at 30 degrees. That's all I've done. And then we're going to add my levain. And we do not do the salt until later. That is one thing that a lot of people I think get wrong, is the salt can disrupt the initial gluten or something. So you add it after an hour. That's one thing that I've learned in my journey. And I did want to just quickly do a test for this. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and see if it sinks. Okay, it's floating. Hurrah. So we can put that in. And I really hope I can get to a point where I just remember this recipe and I don't have to pull the book out. I am starting to remember some of the things, but I just want to make sure I'm doing it right, you know. This was a fancy purchase from me a while ago when I first wanted to get into bread, but I just wasn't confident enough. So let's do a little mixy. And I think I'm just going to mix it. And I'm going to leave it autolysis, and then you put in the salt after an hour. It says to use your fingers, but I'm not doing that. Okay, that's looking good. Just want to make sure it's mixed, and then I'm going to leave it for 1 hour. Got my little shower caps. I've got to check the time, so I think I have to go get my daughter and my son. All right, so it's been an hour. We've picked up the children, so you probably hear them in the background. So I've got 20 grams of salt, so 10 grams per loaf, and we're going to sprinkle that over. I'm going to put a glove on. As it says in the book, we're going to do what's called pinching. It's going to be a bit hard with this huge loaf. But basically you pinch until you feel tension. So this is not stretch and fold, this is just pinching. And that's incorporating the salt into the dough. Okay, so we're going to let this rest for 30 minutes. All right, now we're getting into the sushi making. This is the rice that I made before. And I'm going to put some of this rice wine vinegar. And we'll just give that a stir. So I have these, and they're just the molds for this. And then I'm going to mix the tuna with the mayonnaise. And then I just eyeball the mayonnaise to what I think. Oh, that should probably be enough. And I don't really add any salt and pepper or anything like that because we have the soy sauce that I will show you as well that we put in a little container for her at school. What I do is I wrap them in seaweed and then these little cute little onigiri wrappers for school. If we're at home I don't use them, and then with a little sticker. Now I got these off of Temu, which I know is not good, but for little things like this I don't know where else to get them, and I love little things like this for Ivy's school. And then this soy sauce goes in here, and then it goes in the lunchbox. It's very cute. I wish I had this as a child. And me doing this means she gets a bit of a variety, and she just loves sushi so much. So it's a nice affordable way to give her something that's usually quite expensive for what it is. All right, let's make our first one. We'll start with 2 sheets, and I'll probably get 3 out of here. 1. Okay, so I just put some in here, maybe about halfway. And we put a little decent amount in there, but not too much, because then we've got to put some on the top. just there. Where's my, then we do this. Uh-oh. There we go. And then I get one of these. One of these. Pop it in there. And there's one. It looks much more impressive than it actually is. And that is all our onigiri, all done and ready for school. She'll probably have 3 each day because she loves it so much. So I'm just going to place them in here and pop them in the fridge until they're ready to go in the lunchbox. Alright, I'm going to do my first stretch and fold. I know this is a hassle, but it's just for now. Right, this looks very hydrated. 1, 2, 3, 4. This dough feels better than my one yesterday or 2 days ago. So that's promising. All right. 1 done, 2 to go. Okay, second stretch and fold. And this is looking like it's getting bubbly. So we're going to lift and fold, lift and fold 3 times. 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and 1 more. Just giving a little bit more tension. And we wait another half an hour for the last one. Okay, and then the last stretch and fold. And when we've finished this, it's going to sit for approximately an hour. It has to grow by 1/3, which is kind of hard to tell in this bowl. But we'll see how we go. All right, we're ready to do the first shaping. So I've got my scraper, some flour.
What? Oh my god! It's slime. There's no slime. Look like slime. Mochi. Pretty cool. Ah! Like a baby's button.
It is.
So, Mommy, what are you tapping? You are putting baby on
already tell this loaf is better than the other one. It's got a lot more, what's the word? It's a bit firmer.
Baby fat?
It's a bit firmer. It's going to sit for another 15 to 25 minutes, and then we're going to do the final shaping and put them in my floured, what do you call that, basket. Okay, this final shaping is going to be a bit chaotic because the kids have eaten dinner, so they're listening to music a bit noisy. Alright, so let's shape this one first. Still practicing getting to feel the dough. Now I know a lot of people do this. Should I do that? Maybe I'll do two different ones, because that would go into here really well. And this is the method in the book. So it's like pinching it. Okay. So I'll do the first one on the left, the second one on the right, because I kind of want to see if it makes any difference. Alright, it is the next day, and I've got both my breads from the fridge, and I'm going to do one at a time. The, what do you call it? Pot has been in the oven for an hour. So we're just going to pop this on here. Success. Well, the first one I did not work, so that is amazing. That makes me feel so good. That is a lot of flour. Okay, so let's do a little like that. Is that deep enough? Oh my god, I'm feeling so positive about this. And let's do a little, what do they call it? Wheat. I don't know how to do it. Oh yeah. How's that? Oh my god. Okay. Then. Oh, that is hot. So my pot is very small. It's not my ideal, but it's what I've got right now. It's going in for 20 minutes. And then I'll take the lid off and it'll go in for another 20 minutes, or until I think it looks good. The reveal. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Okay, I need to get this out. And the other one in. Oh yeah. very much have to remind myself to put these on to do this. Alright, round 2. Well, it's a little smaller than I thought, but the proof will be in the pudding when it's ready to open, but it looks beautiful. I don't know if I've done these deep enough. I don't know, but I'm still testing and figuring it all out, but it looks beautiful. Yeah, see how it's like come out there? So I don't think I did this cut deep enough, but it's all a learning curve. Okay, the second one I thought was going to be worse, but it's actually better. And so, let's do this. I think if I'm looking at the bottom, this is the one that I did this with, and this is the one I rolled. So this one is better. And I even cut it better as well. I can see a massive hole in there. So this one is still piping hot. I just took it out. This one probably could have gone in a bit longer, but that's all right because this one's softer and this one's harder. Very interesting. Okay, I'm going to cut this one because I have my lunch. This is leftover pumpkin soup that I grew with some sweet potato and potato that I grew as well, with chicken stock and onion and garlic all roasted, and then I blend it with chicken stock. It's so yummy. So that's my lunch, and I have more for tomorrow as well. So I'm going to leave this here to cool down, and then let's open this one. I'll do it down the middle. I actually like this because it's a bit softer. It's going to be easier to cut, but I do think this one's going to be better. Yeah, see, this is easier to cut, which is interesting. Nice. Oh, how cute. I'll get some butter. I accidentally bought the big 1 kilo, but it is salted. Of the Costco, my favorite Costco butter. Oh, how exciting. This is like my ideal lunch. And I can't believe that I'm making bread. If you saw my first video, I couldn't make bread with yeast. I couldn't do it. So this is very, very exciting for me. I feel like I can do this, and it's all because of that book. I'll link the book down for you, down in the description. And I think I really love this method, even if it takes a little bit longer. Like, I'm a beginner and I'm making actual sourdough. This is crazy. All right, so there's my lunch. And that is everything. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.